Okay, so meal one for the full day of eating for getting shredded for the Tokyo Classic Physique Show. We have got, which will be about to be, 80 grams of cream rice, roughly 80 grams of blueberries, 1.5 scoops of Muscle Nation whey protein, use code Charlie for 10% off, chocolate hazelnuts the one. And then for added fats, we are going to have, which Lewis behind the camera asked what on earth are you doing with that? It's coconut oil, so we're going to add 10 grams of that. Adds a really nice flavour to it, adds some fats to slow digestion down, and also it's really good for digestive health, so coconut oil will win. Also the secret with this is don't fuck it up and put too much water in it. So this is my goal, because when you add the whey protein in and you mix it, it tends to go a bit runny, so you need to get a really good consistency. That looks far too dry, however, I reckon when I add this in, this will then go slightly runny. 80 grams of blueberries. Final part is a shitload of pink Himalayan salt. About 5 grams. And that's pre-training meal, probably my favourite meal of the day. So that's 80 grams of cream of rice, 80 grams of blueberries, 1.5 scoops of Muscle Nation whey protein, 10 grams of coconut oil, 6 grams of salt, cinnamon. Easy. Okay, so the wizard Dr. Dean has said I can have an extra 250 grams of carbohydrates today, so we have now got more food today. Today's diet's going to be slightly different. Hence, I've just been to the shop and we bought these after training legs. So basically the goal is to add in 250 grams of carbohydrates and keep my fats down, which is actually quite difficult to do. So the main thing I'm going to be using for carbs is for that, as a big whack, and a lot of cream of rice, which I showed you earlier on. So now we're going to have 120 grams of Cocoa Pops, so around 100 grams of pineapple, and then 125 grams of chicken, some veg, the OG of reduced sugar ketchup, and 200 grams of white rice. That's going to be the second meal, so we're going to try and weigh this out. I'm saying I feel bad because I bought actually 450 gram box, so I'm going to do like a third of that. The beauty is the volume of 120 grams. So this is the beauty of these. Why you would use that as a cereal? A, it's very voluminous. B, the fat content is super low in this, so because it's rice-based, 100 grams is 1.9 grams of fat, so super, and it's 84 grams of carbs. I remember 120, so if I like 9,600 grams of carbohydrates and about 3 grams of fat, so highly effective in terms of getting high carbs in. The other magic wisdom I'm going to use with this is this from Supplement Needs Glucox. So this is what's known as glucose disposal agent. All natural ingredients, so it's going to help shuttle extra carbohydrates into the muscle cells. So we're going to hammer all this down now, and then we'll get into the rest of the day, which is going to be a lot of carbohydrates at this rate, because it's now like 1 o'clock and I've eaten 1 meal. So meal 3, we have got all cream of rice, which is like my favourite meal anyway. So we've got 100 grams of cream of rice, we have got 1 scoop of Muscle Nation whey protein, we've got around 100 grams of blueberries and raspberries, salt, cinnamon, very much like pre-workout meal, minus coconut oil because we're keeping fats down. I brought these to show you, so I have added, I thought this was marmalade because my Spanish is terrible. Melocotones is actually peach apparently, so this is peach jam. This is actually, which is very nice, but this is a 0 sugar jam, diet jam. So this is what I would normally have, but I actually need the carbohydrates and sugars. So in the sugar jam, for example, 100 grams is 230 calories, 56 grams of carbs. In the sugar-free jam, it's 42 calories and 12 grams of carbs. So I would need like the entire jar to basically get the amount of carbs I would want from the jam. So yes, that's not effective. So peach jam for the win, and then we've got another meal of cream of rice, which is meal 3. And then we have got 2 more meals after this, one of which, again, might be cream of rice, but you'll see.
Well, I've got you there in the hot seat. Confess, what have you just eaten for the full day of eating video?
Fuck, Lewis has caught me out. So actually, I had half a barbells, how do you pronounce it, barbells? I had half a barbells protein bar, and then I saw there was another quarter of one left, so I also had that as well. So I had 3/4 of a protein bar. It was good. It was good. I had the white one, whatever one that is, and then also the, I can't remember what the other fucking one is. Pass, but it was nice. Sufficient. And now I'm having a Fanta lemon, which is 7 calories, which I am not tracking. Apparently it's 0 carb, 0 fat, 0 protein, and 20 grams of salt. So if you want a low calorie drink, this is the go. Better than the orange one that Lewis has. So we are now into meal 5 for the day. So here's one I prepared earlier, or did not. So Fosh Food Marbella, shout out to them. This is actually probably the best meal prep I've had anywhere in the world. So it's vacuum packed and highly ideal. It's not a plug, I paid for these. So this is 125 grams chicken, 200 grams of white rice. I was gonna have 100 grams of pineapple, but I've run out. So I'm having 100 grams of blueberries, also add some raspberries into that, and that's meal 5. Also got some courgettes, leeks, some other veggies. I have got other meals, but I don't fucking like them because I'll show you. I actually hate broccoli. And I think like this one, it's got fucking broccoli in it. And broccoli just reminds me of really bad times of dieting before. So I try to avoid broccoli. The other added thing I'm gonna add to this meal is obviously the OG salt and the ketchup, wherever it is, which is a mixed, there's not much left of that. So that's it, so that's meal, don't know what this is, 5. We've got one more to go, which you might be able to guess what it is. Okay, so I've got this amazing meal for the final meal of the day. Super high in carbohydrates, super easy to digest, super sweet tasting. One of my favorite things. The kettle is currently boiling for it. You're never gonna guess what it is. I'm gonna get the tub now. I've got enough left. I might eat so much of it left. More cream of rice. But today we are having an even bigger portion for this evening. We're gonna have 150 grams of cream of rice. So I think previous servings have been 100. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Might be running out. Just a little bit more. 150 on the fucking money. So now, secret cream of rice is adding in the appropriate amount of water. So the water to rice ratio is the key for this. So you have to sufficiently spread the rice and then go for the cross pour technique. Oh fuck. And try not to add too much. Now, we stir. So basically you want to make this like super dry, because when we actually add the whey protein in, it will then almost go more runny. So this is a very dry consistency. However, you will see once we add protein powder to it, you're always better off doing it too dry and having to add more water, because once you put the water in there, you cannot remove it. And I have many a time made a cream rice soup, and no one wants to be eating a cream rice soup, particularly when you're hungry. Drinking your meals is not the one. We are now going to add a scoop and a half of protein, and we have a different flavour protein. This must take 1 because I have already had 1,000,000 scoops the other one. So we're going to add 1.5 scoops of protein. We're going to try and mix this and not get it absolutely everywhere. The last thing we need to do is add more berries and salt and cinnamon to finalise this masterpiece. If you add a lot of salt to your last meal of the day, it also stops you going to the toilet. Stops you going to the toilet so much at night. And a sprinkling of cinnamon, which helps for carbohydrate sharpening. So that's final meal of the day, 150 grams of cream of rice, about 80 grams of blueberries, 1.5 scoops of protein, easy peasy, super sweet, and that's the last meal of the day. So the final macros for today, we actually just add the final amount of protein in here. It's a terrible adding up on MyFitnessPal. One moment, please. So the final macros for today, protein, 220, carbohydrates, 554, fat, 24. So highly effective calories were around 3,300. That's today's higher carb day, courtesy of Dr. Dean's final meal. Any more questions, any of the meals or food we've eaten today, drop a comment below. If you want a discount code for the cream of rice, if you go to Supplement's website, use code CJ10 and give you 10% off. And if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel and see more videos in the Japan prep coming soon.